Yo, what's good everyone? Today we are back on Retail Tycoon 2. And as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be showing you something incredibly interesting that I just came across because this incredibly talented individual that is standing right behind me, which goes by the name of Matt_YT, went ahead and reached out to me and told me that he had created his own mall. Now, he sent me some images over on Discord, and the moment that I saw it, I was extremely impressed because it's very similar to something that I want, except I kind of want to do this on a much larger scale. Now, unfortunately, the update never came out today because it seems like they kind of had to push it back a little bit deeper into the weekend, potentially tomorrow or maybe even Sunday, which I do want to give a shout out to Next Level because he did give me the information. If you aren't aware of who he is, aside from the fact that he is an incredible content creator, he also is one of the administrators for Retail Tycoon 2. Just a quick little shout out for him for letting me know, and that's the reason kind of why today's video is being uploaded so late, because I waited the entire day and unfortunately it just didn't work out, but it's really no big deal. I don't want to waste any more time because Matt is in kind of a hurry. On top of that, I also will be showing you Someone Pro's build that he's kind of working on right now. It's an extremely cool mall as well, and this is just kind of giving you guys a general idea on what I have in mind. If you notice at the top, we're now sitting at 2.9 mil after AFK farming all last night with the build that I showed you guys yesterday being Bad Bunny G's moneymaker layout. But here we go, man. We're gonna turn this camera around and this is what we are working with right now. It looks so good, dude. If you take a look out here, this is his kind of like sort of small little parking lot. Personally, I probably would have gone a little wider on the left hand side and the right hand side, but just like how Bad Bunny G did, he does have a work in progress sign right here in his parking lot, so he isn't done at all. And there is kind of a couple of rooms on the second floor which you'll notice are a little bit empty because, well, he's still working on it. Now if we take a look starting at the outside, I love when people put these fine little details of all the plants on the side. He kind of has like a bench with a really cool fountain and then the light fixtures. Of course, we can't forget the target balls on the outside. And then when we make our way inside, this is what I think is extremely impressive. The fact that he decided to go with this open format where, you know, you kind of have like all the goods down here, you have a little bit of clothes, a really cool centerpiece in the middle of his mall. And then at the very front entrance, you have all of your registers, which it looks like he kind of more dominantly went with the checkout registers as well as the cashiers, because those are obviously going to be a little bit faster than the self-checkouts that he has on this side. But man, I just think it looks so cool. He has a nice little produce section over here, and if you kind of notice out here, there is a separation where it leads over to another side of the mall with an outside section. It's really interesting because the way that he did it was he kind of created these hallways where it connects to the back area, and then over here he has like storage as well as all of the managers and stuff. It's a really interesting way to do it, and honestly definitely something that I'm going to be noting down for my own build as soon as this update goes ahead and releases, because like I mentioned, I don't want to have to build something, spend a bunch of money, and then some really cool items be released for the update and me have to go ahead and destroy the entire thing and restart all over again. Now in the location that we're in right now, you'll notice we have a clear view of the main mall, and then over on the left hand side you actually see the hallway that connects it. Here is where he keeps all of his managers and stuff like that. There also is kind of like, I guess you could say, an emergency exit that goes to the roof, but it's really cool, dude. I just love the amount of, like, I guess you could say architectural detail that he did. Now again, we're making our way through all these kind of like back areas. If you notice, this is one of those areas that I mentioned that he still has empty because he's more or less still working on it, and the same thing is going to be for Someone Pro's layout, but his is completely different, and again, another extremely interesting design. So let me take you guys really quickly upstairs just to show you what's going on here. Nothing really too crazy. Another kind of like empty-ish section where it looks like he does have plans to maybe add some outdoor stuff in here. Coming over to this side, we have ourselves a couple of toy sections, which looks like he still needs to buy some more product for the other side. Back here you have your electronics, which again, he's kind of missing it there. And then over on the opposite side is where he's going to be putting all of his jewelry. This is super cool, dude. I really like this. I think he told me that he spent roughly around $1 million, maybe a little bit more than $1 million. So it gives me extremely high hope that right now I'm getting really close to having 3 mil. So we're going to be able to make something really nice. But yeah, man, for the most part, this is pretty much it. Let me go ahead and walk outside and give you guys the outside view again. It looks really good from out here. And if we kind of zoom out, you'll notice that it has this kind of, I don't really know my shapes if I'm going to be honest with you, but it has a really cool shape. And I just think it's It's so detailed. It's also kind of crazy how like alive adding trees and like little details makes a build. If we kind of took a second and removed every single plant that was here, as well as all of these light fixtures, it would probably look completely different and not really as cool. We'll more than likely check this out again in the future because like I said, he's going to be working on this a little bit more, and he is going to be submitting this for my top 5 series that I will be doing here on the channel very, very soon. So again, I want to say huge shout out to Matt. Thank you for sharing this with us. I love doing this and kind of showing you guys different people's builds because I know that it gets all of your minds kind of rolling and it allows you guys to have some more ideas for your own personal builds. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and make our way now to Someone Pro's layout so you guys can go ahead, take a look at how incredible this looks. And just to give you guys a quick little teaser, that's it right there. It's really, really massive. But before we do that, Someone Pro actually wants me to show you guys a really, I want to say interesting Easter egg, but it's kind of strange to a certain extent. According to what Someone Pro told me, this has been here since the beta of the game, so there's a very high chance that a lot of you beta players have already known about this. But basically right now we are in the warehouse dock where you basically come to get all of your goods if you're not paying for the instant delivery fee. If you go ahead and walk inside of here, make your way on top of these kind of like industrial shelves that are going on here, and then jump across to this one over here, zoom your camera out and look inside of here. There is a really interesting sign that says, hold on, let me actually jump up on this ledge right here so we can see it a little bit better. It says RAR. That means use beautiful in dinosaur. I honestly have no idea why this is here, but I guess it's kind of funny. There is a lot of other Easter eggs on this map. If you guys are interested in seeing some of them, I'll definitely go ahead and work on a video because I know there's a couple more at the lighthouse as well as spread around in a couple of different other places. So I'll gladly make a video showing you all of those if that's something that you guys are interested in. But for right now, man, I want to make my way over to Someone Pro because there's again a lot of little details on here that I really want to show you guys just in case if you want to incorporate it into your own build because it's a little creative, especially starting right at the front gate when you get there. All right, so here we are, and as you can see, this is called All and Everything. Before, he actually sent me a picture of this and it was something completely different. It was actually called the Apple Store. First floor was basically an entire parking lot with a little bit more that I'm going to show you in a second, and the second floor was completely filled with nothing but cell phones and electronics, basically the small electronics. It looked super cool, but he decided to go ahead and redo the entire thing. And while it does look extremely empty right now because the second floor is completely empty, there is a lot more to this. Now, starting right here in the front, this is the part that I thought was really, really cool. Basically, what he did was he used the manager. Obviously, the manager never gets up. He's always at the computer. So it kind of made it seem like if he was a security. And then on the left and right side, he used gates to kind of mimic those automatic gates that kind of roll inwards. Obviously, that's not possible. And it just kind of stays like that forever because cars just spawn into the parking spaces. They don't actually drive in. But I thought this was really cool. Again, another one of those things that it's just the fine little details to really give you that immersion that you are inside of a mall. Now, if we make our way inside, you'll notice parking lot on the left-hand side, parking lot on the right. He's got a couple of registers over here at the front as well as on the other side. And then over here, he's got a lot more registers. I'm not entirely sure why he has so many, but it does look really cool. But this section right here is what I thought was really interesting. And again, another one of those things that I tell you where it's crazy how many different designs you could go ahead and make a mall into. Pretty much what he's got going on here is a mall. First section over here, he has all of the cold goods, which at this point is pretty much everything milk. Go ahead and walk out, make your way a little bit further down. Here he has all of kind of like the frozen meats and stuff like that. Make your way down a little bit more, and here he has all of his small PC stuff. I have no idea why I just said that. I meant to say small electronics. Previously, like I mentioned before, these were at the very top, but I guess he moved them down here, and he's going to be working on something completely different in the second level. Over on this side, he has a lot more of them, so he basically has the same thing going on across. And then as we work our way a little bit further down, he kind of has produce section and TVs as well as stereo. So the first floor looks super cool. He obviously has a nice little centerpiece going on here with a tree that leads to the second floor, and then some fountains and the escalators on each each side. Obviously back here he has his storage section, but you can't really move around back here because he just strictly has it for storage. And then up top he has it more or less open format right now because nothing is built up here. The only thing that he really has going on up here is all of this jewelry, which I have to say there is probably a lot of money in merchandise right here. And I'm absolutely loving this whole little centerpiece that he made right in the center of all of this jewelry going on here. And it's kind of mind-blowing how creative everyone is. And I'm definitely a big fan. I've been seeing all of your DMs. I've been seeing all of the posts that you guys have been making over on the Discord. If you aren't in there already, I highly recommend you go into my description. There is a link to my Discord. We have a Retail Tycoon 2 channel where everyone is posting all of their builds. And this thing, man, just looks really sick. I'm super excited to see the finished product of this. Again, you'll more than likely see these all over again at some point for the top 5 video because, well, I don't know, man. I don't know if it can get any crazier than this. Now, just to go ahead and show you guys really quickly that nothing has really changed over at my place. I still am doing the farming method that I showed you guys yesterday. It's been working out great for me. Like I mentioned last night, I went to sleep with about 1.1 million, woke up this morning with 2.9. So it's been going really well. A couple of you have gotten in contact with me that there's a couple of really interesting modifications that you can do to this as far as adding more decoration to make it way better. Now, in my video yesterday, I did forget to tell you guys something, which I'll kind of go ahead and correct myself right now. Over here in the back end, I forgot to add the storage, which you definitely need in order to be able to do this. So for those of you that were asking me in the comment section, very simple. Just go ahead and throw down storage wherever you want. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect anything. I personally decided to just go ahead and slap it outside right at the very back end because it was just a lot easier. Now, just at the corner of my eye, as I was in the back of my place, I noticed that somebody else has something built pretty big over here. I don't exactly know what this is, but I'm going to go take a quick little peek, and I don't even know who this person is. Oh, look, somebody has the money maker going on over here. Nice. Got a little starter store over here. And then this over here, I mean, it's not the biggest, but it's pretty decent. So this place is called Eco Foods. He's got a nice little dumpster section over here. Again, it's all about the details. And then, yeah, for the most part, it's a pretty simplistic store. Nothing too crazy in here. Looks like this is the owner right here, Mundy. Very nice, very simple. Nothing really too crazy. I just wanted to kind of come and check it out really quick. But yeah, man, just a quick little video for today. I wanted to go ahead and kind of show you guys this just to kind of get everybody's creative ball rolling. Please, by all means, keep sending me over your builds. I love seeing them, and it's really helping me kind of understand on what I want to do with all the money that I've been collecting these last couple days. If you guys are enjoying and want to see more of these showcase videos, please drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you do not miss any of my videos. And remember, the moment that this update goes live, I will be covering it here on the channel. So far, the only confirmation that we have is a couple of map changes that will be coming out with this update, but obviously they might have a couple of other things planned because, well, if they had to make the push later on to this weekend, then we could be seeing some more interesting stuff. Huge shout out to Matt_YT as well as Summon Pro for showing us their incredible builds today. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.